Hello designers and welcome back to the Fusion 360 Explained by a Kid course. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at all the create tools Fusion 360 has. So let's load the program and get right into it. Now, as you guys may have seen, I have already created a file with lots of examples for each one of the tools. But first, let's remember what the create tool helps you do. It basically makes your 2D sketch become a 3D object. Now, there are lots of ways to do this, with each one of them having unique options. So let's start seeing them one by one. Okay guys, first up we have the extrude tool. This one basically makes your 2D sketch have volume by going up or down. So go to the Create tab and then choose Extrude. It will ask us for a lot of things. First, the profile plane. In this case, it is the sketch. Then where it will start. It can start in the profile plane, meaning in the actual sketch, or have an offset, meaning it starts below or on top of it, and it can either start from a certain object. In this case, I will choose profile plane. Then the extrude can also go in multiple directions. It can go on one side, two sides, meaning up and down, and symmetric, meaning both up and down are exactly the same. In this case, I will choose one side. Then the distance, let's say 100 millimeters, and you can give it an angle. So let's say we give it a 20-degree angle. We can see how the extrude now sort of zooms out at a 20-degree angle. Now the operations, we'll start seeing them later. For now, just click OK and the extrude will be done. See? However, this isn't the only type of extrude. You can also extrude into a body, meaning you cut into it. So let's say we have this rectangle and we want this triangle sketch to go through it and cut it. We just choose the extrude tool, then select the triangle, and instead of the operation being new body, we choose cut. Then drag the arrow through the rectangle, and now, as you guys can see, this rectangle is about to be cut. You can also join it to a certain body, intersect a certain body, create a new body, or even a new component. In this case, we'll choose the cut operation. Click on OK, and now the rectangle has been cut by the triangle. See? Next up, we have the revolve tool. Basically, what the revolve does is that it grabs a 2D sketch and makes it spin around while giving it volume. So let's say, for example, we have a 2D sketch of a bottle and its cork. In this case, we'll make the 2D sketch of a bottle spin while giving it volume. So let's use the revolve tool and it will ask us for three things. The profile, which basically it's what we will make spin, in this case the bottle. The operation, which is pretty similar to the extrude ones. In this case I will choose new body, but again you can also use join, cut, intersect and create a new component. And the axis, meaning where it will spin. In this case itself, so this line. Now, as you guys can see, the revolve is being done, but there are a few more things being asked. First, how many degrees we want the bottle to spin. In this case, we will choose 360 degrees, but you can also do half a turn by choosing 180, or 1/4 of a turn choosing 90 degrees. Then the same things being asked with the extrude will be asked here. The direction of it, one side, two sides are symmetric, again one side, and as I explained before, the operations. So let's click on OK and the revolve will be done. Now let's make it again, but with the cork this time. So again, create, revolve, let's choose the profile, the axis, and how many degrees? 360. Also, we will change the operation to new body. Click on OK, and again the revolve will be done. This tool can be really useful in a lot of cases. Now let's continue with the sweep tool. Okay guys, sorry for the cut right there. So, going back to the sweep. What it does is that basically it grabs two sketches. First, a rail sketch, and secondly, a profile sketch. The profile sketch will go through the rail sketch while giving volume. So in this case, I sketched a paperclip, but you can sketch whatever you want to. So if we go to create, then choose the sweep tool, we'll see it asks us for the profile sketch and the path sketch. So in this case, the profile is this circle right there, and the path is the paperclip. Now, if we choose both of them, we can see how the sweep is being done. The profile is going through the path or rail and giving itself volume. Now, we can make it go fully through the path or maybe not finish the path. Like this, for example. But in this case, I want it to go completely through the path. So I will write 1. 1 is 100%, and then you can go down percentages. Perfect. Then you can choose perpendicular or parallel. Now in this case, I only use perpendicular because if we choose parallel, as you guys can see, an error pop-ups. Then again, the operation, as in every tool, is join, cut, intersect, new body, and new component. I will choose new body, and I will click on OK. Perfect. As you guys can see, the sweep has been done. Next up, we have the loft tool. Now, basically, what the loft does is that it makes two sketches, one at the bottom and one at the top, go into each other while giving volume. So let's say in this case we go to create, then choose the loft tool and grab the following profiles. This one and this one. Now we can also add rails similarly to the sweep tool, but in this case we won't use them. Then again we can choose the operation we want to, join, cut, intersect, new body or new component, in this case new body, and select the edges, merge or keep. Now in this case it doesn't change a thing, but in other cases it may change how the edges look. Then click on OK and the loft has been done. As you guys can see, the bottom sketch has gone into the top sketch while giving volume. Perfect. Now let's continue with the emboss tool. Okay guys, so basically what the emboss does is that it grabs any 2D sketch and extrudes it around a certain object. So in this case I have this ellipse, and if now I create a sketch over it, and let's say, I don't know, I wrote a text. So I choose the text option, do it like this, and I write hello, how are you? And click on OK. And then I finish the sketch. Now if I choose the emboss tool, select the sketch, and then the face I want it to go around, it may take a while, but Sorry, I haven't selected the sketch profile. Hold on. There we go. As you guys can see, now the letters are going around the ellipse. See? Okay, so click on OK to finish the action. And as you guys can see, the emboss has been done. Pretty cool, right? Now let's continue with the hole and thread tool. Okay, so basically, first of all, the hole and thread are two different tools, but I put them together because I will use the same example. So first, let's go with the hole tool. This one basically makes a hole through the object you want to. This way, you don't need to sketch a circle and then extrude it. So just click it, then click the face you want the hole in, and you can choose however millimeters you want to. So 100, 50, whatever you want to. That is how deep the hole will go. Then you can also change the diameter of it and how many degrees it has. In this case, I will keep everything normal. You can also change the hole type. In this case, I will just use simple. The hole tab type. So basically how thin it is. And if it is flat or at an angle. In this case, I will choose flat. Let's change the radius again to 50. And click on OK. Perfect. Now, the thread is used to create threads, as the name says. So just go to create, then choose the thread option. It will ask you for the face where you want the thread to go. In this case, this hole. Now, you can choose if it is modeled or not. This basically will just change how it looks in the model, but when you print it, it will be exactly the same. Then there are lots of things to change here. Personally, I left everything in default as it is the most common thread there is. But you can change the thread type, the size, the designation, the class, and the direction. You can choose remember size so that next time you use the thread, it will be exactly the same options. Then click on OK and your thread has been done. Perfect. Now let's continue with the pattern option. Now these ones work exactly as the sketch ones that I taught you in the previous video. But just in case, I will show them again. We can choose a rectangular pattern, a circular pattern, and a pattern on a path. Now, in this video, I will only explain the rectangular one, as I already explained the rest of them on the sketch video. So basically, it will ask you for the object, which in this case is this one. You can choose if it's a body, a face, a feature, or a component. In this case, it's a body. And the axis, which I will choose the horizontal axis. Then you can pull the arrow as much as you want and choose how many objects you want to use in the pattern. So in this case I have 3, but I will change it to 10. Let me zoom out a bit so that you guys can see it better. And we'll pull out it as much as you want to. So maybe I'll reduce the amount to 8. No, 5. Yeah, 5 is okay. You can go in this direction and also down like this. Now, as you guys can see, what we've done here is repeated here. That is why it is called a pattern. Perfect. Now let's continue with the mirror tool. Again, this one is very similar to the sketch one. Okay guys, so basically the mirror tool creates a copy of any object you want to that will change every time we do any change in the object. So to create it, we go to create, and then click on the mirror option. It will ask us for an object and the mirror plane. In this case, the object is this weird shape over here, and the mirror plane, which is basically where the mirror will be placed, is this axis. Click on OK to finish it, and as you guys can see here, a mirror has been created. Now, the good things about mirror is that if at any time I want to change anything in this object, it will also replicate in this one. So let's say that, I don't know, we go to the timeline and edit the feature of the extrude. And instead of a 70mm extrude, we choose a 30mm one. And click on OK. As you guys can see, now both of them have changed. That is why the mirror is so powerful. Okay guys, that's all for today. Now, before I get comments on why I didn't include the Rev nor the Web tool, that's because those tools are used to create supports for 3D printing. And later in the course, I will teach you an easier way to do that. Moreover, I didn't include the 3D object create tools. That's because we're learning how to use Fusion 360 by using the 2D sketch. And when doing that, you will never need to create 3D objects directly. So yeah, that's all for today, designers. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy, please remember to like and subscribe. Goodbye, designers!